The second part of the same lecture, that is motion. When a body does not change its position with respect to its surrounding, this is called in state of rest. For example, if a book is lying on the table and the book does not change its position, then we can say that the book is in the state of rest. But when, for example, if you pick the book, definitely it changes its position, then this is called as the in the state of motion. So there is a visible difference between the two states of a body, that is rest or motion. If a body changes its position, then we can say that this is in the state of motion, and if a body does not change its position, then we can simply say that the body is in the state of rest, or we can say that the body in the state of stationary. Yes, there are different types of motion, as I told you in my in the first part of my lecture, that we have rectilinear motion or linear motion or curvilinear motion, vibratory motion, circular motion, or rotatory motion and random motion. So there are basically different types of motion, but three motion types of motions are very important. One is translatory motion, other is rotatory motion, and the third one is vibratory motion, and the fourth one you can add it is there is random motion. If a body moves in a straight line, as a car is running on the road, as a boy is cycling on a road, or we can say that a person is pushing the load, so they move in a straight line, so this is called as translatory motion. If a body moves in a circular path around a fixed point, like the motion of a fan, blades of a fan, or the motion of a wheel around a fixed axle, so this is called as rotatory motion. And if body repeatedly do the backward and forward motion around a point, so this is called as vibratory motion, like the motion of swing or the motion of pendulum. And random motion means when there is no particular pattern, and when we didn't describe the pattern of the motion, it means that it is randomly move, like the motion of butterfly. You can't guess the direction of butterfly in the next moment, in which direction it will move in the next moment, so it is called as a random motion. So beta, we have to proceed further. Now we have to discuss the pattern of motion in solids, liquids and gases. Why I told you about the motion and the rest and the types of motion, my basic objective is that you must clear it, that what is the pattern of motion in solid particles. But before we have to do it, we have to move back again, that what is motion. Motion is basically the state of a body when it continuously changes its position. When a body continuously changes its position, this is called a state of motion. And if a body does not change its position, this is called as the state of rest. And there are different examples of many examples of motion. You can add that when a boy is moving on a road, when the car or vehicle is running on the road, when you hit a ball with a bat, or for example the moon is revolving around the earth, or earth is revolving around the sun, or electron is revolving around the nucleus, or for example when we shot an arrow, or we can say that when you hit a ball by your hand or by your kick. Then these are the different examples which tell us the body is changing its position with respect to its surrounding. So this is actually the state of motion. And these different pictures also show that these persons or these individuals are in state of motion because they continuously changes their position. And there are different types of motion. One is your linear motion, and a body moves in a straight line. And when a body moves in a straight line, this is called as linear motion. If a body moves along a curve, this is called as curvilinear motion. If a body moves along a fixed point, this is called as rotatory motion. If a body moves along a circular path but does not move around a fixed point, this is called as circular motion. And if a body adopted the pattern of forward and reverse direction, so this is called as your oscillatory motion. So clear it that the difference between circular and rotatory motion is that circular motion is in circular path and rotatory motion is also in circular path, but the difference is the fixed point. In circular path there is no fixed point, but in rotatory motion we have a fixed point. So body does not change its position, then we can say that the body is in the state of definitely rest, or body is stationary. Now, my dear students, let's come to the original point, that what are the pattern of particles that are in solids, liquids and gases, and how they move. As you know that the force of attraction in solids are very strong, and there is a very small, very small, or we can say that almost there is no space between the particles of solid, so they simply vibrate along this fixed position. So make it clear, due to strong intermolecular forces, and due to the very little gap between the particles, the particles of solid only exhibit their vibratory motion, and by doing this they can vibrate at their fixed position. But when we are supposed to discuss about liquids and gases, even the intermolecular forces are up to such extent that the molecules have comparatively a large space in gases, and there is almost we can't say that the gap is in liquid particles is too much, but we can say that intermolecular forces are up to such extent that in liquid the particles are free to have translatory motion. What is translatory motion? Means it moves in a straight line, and they can do circular motion, means they move in a circular path, or they can do forward and backward motion, means they can do vibratory motion. Similarly, in case of gases, the particles have the liberty, whatever they want to adopt the pattern of motion they can do, means they can do vibratory motion, translatory motion, rotatory motion, random motion, or whatever they want they can do. They can adopt the pattern of motion. So my dear students, there are simple argument about the nature of the motion particles in solid, liquid and gas. The summary of today's lecture is that in solids, due to strong intermolecular forces, particles exhibit only vibratory motion, but in liquids and gases, the particles are free. They can do any type of motion they want, means they can adopt rectilinear motion, translatory motion, circulatory motion and curvilinear motion. So my dear student, this is the end of the today's lecture. Hopefully you got the idea. Thank you very much.